Dennis, teach me how to fold the best paper airplane. Best paper airplane.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be reviewing a couple paper airplanes based on their distance, reliability, difficulty level, appearance, and my personal score at the end. We're going to be rating these planes using this Lego launcher, the paper airplane launcher we built last episode. And if you haven't checked that out yet, please check it out. And it also tells you how to build this launcher. The planes we're going to be reviewing is this traditional plane that doesn't have a name, but it's a very famous traditional plane. Mighty Might, a plane that I designed myself, and the Nakamura lock. So let's get to it. The first plane that I chose was this plane without a name, but it's really famous and it's really easy to fold, so let's just call it easy. I chose this plane because almost everyone knows how to fold it and it flies pretty decently well. So I'm going to teach you how to fold it and then let's test it. Let's take it out for a test. After taking this plane out for a flight 10 times, here are the final results. The maximum distance it flew was 31.7 feet, which is actually not that bad, so we gave its maximum distance a 3-star rating. And now we're going to reliability. The shortest distance it flew was 17.3 feet, and the variance was 18.68 feet. The lower the variance, the better or more reliable and consistent the plane is, but the higher means that the plane has big gaps and sometimes it's short, sometimes it goes a long distance. So 18.68 feet isn't bad, but it isn't really that good, so we gave it a 3.5-star rating. And the difficulty, easy might as well be the easiest plane that flies, so this has to get a 5-star rating, and the time it took to fold was 1 minute and 41 seconds. And the appearance, well, it's a very normal plane, but it doesn't look ugly either, so it deserves a 2-star rating. And finally, for the Dennis score, the launcher actually didn't fit the plane very well, and the bottom part of the plane was too thin for the launcher. So normally the plane would fly much farther, so I gave it a 4-star rating. The next plane I chose was Mighty Might. And I chose it because it's a very compact and easy to fold glider that actually flies really well. And in Daniel's pool glider test, it's the best plane in there. So I'm curious to see how it goes on the launcher. So I'm going to teach you how to fold it and then we'll take it out for a test. Let's test it on the launcher. Alright, after 10 launches for Mighty Might, here are the results. The maximum distance was 38.6 feet, which is actually very impressive. But going into the reliability, the shortest distance was 13.4 feet, which is very bad. which means that the variance is 70.77. So that's very, very bad. And the rating for its reliability would have to be 1.5. In the difficulty, it's actually very easy, and the time to fold was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. But the layers get kind of thick, but regardless of that, the rating for how easy it is to fold is 5-star. And the appearance is 2-star for Mighty Might, just like easy, because it's not very appealingly cool, but it's not ugly either. And for my dentist score, I would say it's a 3-star glider because it's very easy and it also flies really well by hand. The next plane I'm going to review is this plane that I designed myself. And it doesn't have a name either, so let's just call it the Dentist 2000. And I chose to review it because it actually flies surprisingly well, and it also looks pretty nice. So I'm going to see how it flies on the launcher compared to the other planes. Let's try how it flies. Alright, after 10 launches for my plane, I was pretty pleased with the scores, but also not that pleased. Let's take a look. The longest distance it flew was 36.2 feet, so we gave this a score of 4 for its distance. And for reliability, its shortest distance was 26.1 feet, making the variance 11.84 feet, which is actually pretty good, because the variance is very low. So the rating for the variance is 4. Now, for difficulty, even though the folds aren't that hard, the plane took 6 minutes and 27 seconds, making it the hardest plane in this entire reviewing video, so we have to give it a 3-star review for difficulty. And finally, for appearance, this is actually a pretty neat looking plane, so we gave it a 4-star review. And finally, for the dentist score, even though I'd like to give it a 5, we have to be honest, it does weird stuff every now and then, but it's pretty consistent, it's pretty stable, and flown by hand it can go very far. So I gave it a 4.5 rating for the dentist score. The final plane I chose for this review video was Nakamura Lock. This is a very classic plane, and most people know how to fold, and it flies very well. So I'm gonna put this on the launcher and see how it flies after teaching you. Let's see how this thing performs. after launching Nakamura Lock 10 times, the results are pretty surprising. The longest distance was 16.9 feet, which is very low, so we gave it a 1-star rating. The shortest feet distance for reliability was 8.9 feet, which is actually pretty close to 16.9, and the variance is 10.24, so the reliability is 4 stars. And the difficulty was 1 minute and 34 seconds, receives a 4.5-star rating just because it has a lot of steps. And for the appearance, once again, it's just a normal plane, so it's 2 stars. And finally, for the Dennis score, I have to give it a 4-star rating because it's actually a very good and smooth plane. And the bottom of the plane actually didn't fit through the launcher, so we had to make a slight modification so it fits through. And the launcher didn't work really well on it, so it fired really slow. And we can show you a video of it flying by hand. As you can see in the video, it actually flies really well by hand. So I think it deserves a 4-star Dennis review. In this video, we reviewed 4 paper airplanes, but testing these planes actually weren't that easy because we had to pick out just the right weather conditions. And in the summer of Florida, the weather conditions are actually very unstable. As you can see, it actually started raining right now. So, in the future videos, we will be reviewing more paper airplanes, and make sure to like and subscribe and ring the bell for notifications on when the new videos will be releasing. Until then, see you in the next video.